Make sure everything is starting. Okay, look like it's trying to start up now. Alright, look like it's started up now, so let me go over here. See this start up over here. Okay, look like it's starting up. Look like we good for right now. Try to say something for me. Let me see if I can still hear you clear.
Yo, testing, testing,
Okay,
1 2
oh man,
test.
your video moving and you sounding clear. Alright, cool. Let's try to keep it right there
Perfect.
then. Let's try to keep it right there.
All right.
What's going on, everybody? As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know lately I've been touching on the human trafficking, and one main thing is, people who is dealing with the child protective services. And I told y'all, one of my main things is, I would like for more fathers to come out and speak if they have dealings with CPS, which I know it's a lot of them that have, and how they get dicked around. And y'all heard Trish even said it herself in one of the shows I did there, how the fathers get dicked around in the CPS system. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a father with me right now who reached out to me last week and said, "Hey, I'd like to come on your platform and tell my story of dealing with child protective service." And ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna give this man a voice right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this brother, his name is Bobby Yay Yaya Jones. Let me know if I'm saying that right, man. Is it Yay or Yaya?
Bobby Yaya Jones.
Bobby Yay Jones, ladies and gentlemen, a
Yes, indeed.
father. From what he telling me, give you a little bit of meat and potatoes. A father who been fighting to get his children back for 8 years. For 8 years, and again, that's wow. That's 8 years fighting. That's crazy, bro. But go ahead, man. Talk to me, man. Tell me a little bit about you, man, and what's going on with your situation and how do we get here, man. Thanks for reaching out to me. I want to tell your story.
Oh man, it's all love. I mean, like we have to take any opportunity that's presented to talk about the corruption and the injustices and whatnot. Hold on, plane going over.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta seize whatever opportunities is presented to talk about the injustices and the corruption in the CPS. You understand what I'm saying? Like, my story with CPS started in 2013. Myself and my children's mother went through a difficult breakup. She had began to engage in certain behavior that had taken her away from the kids. So being a mother at that present point in time, I'm not here to demonize her or go too deep into her business.
Gotcha.
Just want to give a backstory of how I came
No
into the
problem.
attention
No
of
problem. Go
DCFS.
ahead. Go ahead.
So her main priority wasn't to being a mother. I come from a broken home. I didn't have my father all the way there in my life when I was a child. You understand what I'm saying? My mother, her main priority was, getting high, running the streets. So I was raised by my maternal aunt. When I was born, I was going to be taken out of the custody of my parents and put into the custody of CPS, DCFS, Department of Children and Family Services, Child Protective Services, because I had large amounts of crack cocaine in my system. So my father abducted me from the hospital. My father and I lived on the streets of Lancaster, Palmdale, California, until he was able to get the money to go to Los Angeles. When he went to Los Angeles, my paternal aunt assumed the guardian role of me. So being that I come from a broken home, being that the home that I was raised up in, I was abused. I don't feel like I was properly loved. I didn't get the guidance that most children of the age that I was is supposed to receive to give them the essential tools to navigate through life. So I wasn't about to allow my kids to go through the situations that I went through. So I went, I got my kids, I had my children with me. My baby mother, my children's mother had a CPS case open, DCFS case open. They contacted me, they let me know what was going on, blase, blase. I went to the meeting, and one of the first things that they do in these meetings when it's a two-parent, I'm not gonna say household because we were no longer together, but when it's two parents present, when it's two parents in the midst, the first thing that they try to do is to divide y'all. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm
They try
hearing
to
that a
put
lot. I'm hearing that a lot. Yeah.
yeah, without a doubt. They was telling me, oh, you have to file a restraining order on her. You have to file for sole custody. You have to do this. You have to do that. And what do you feel about it? They wanted me to demonize her, like, oh, she's this and she's that. But I'm not here to demonize my children's mother. I'm here to, make sure that my children is in an environment that's conducive to their growth, that's conducive to them receiving the love, the nourishment, and directions and protection that they need. You know, you get what I'm saying? And that kind of like
Right.
set them off. But I did everything that they instructed me to do. I went to drug tests, so I was in good standing with them. My children mother has 3 kids. One of the children isn't for sure my child. So the children that I got, I went and got my 2 that I knew for sure was mine.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, 1 minute, airplane going over.
All right.
All right, so my children mother and I, we had kind of like start getting into it. She started threatening me. She was like, you're gonna lose the kids. I'm gonna put you in jail. I'm gonna make sure you die. I'm gonna get somebody to kill you, so on and so forth. So I kind of like kept my distance away from her because she was being toxic. She was giving off negative energy, and you know, she was plotting on my life.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I gave in. My other children mother and myself and my 2 children that's by my first children mother. We let her see the kids. In the midst of us talking and whatnot, you know, she became violent. She became aggressive. We kind of got into it. And her son that's, you know, possibly mine, potentially mine. He's seen everything and whatnot. So he went back and he told his grandmother, just like I was telling you earlier, DCFS was going to close my case because, you know, I did everything they told me to do. They found no fault in me. But the young man went back and told his maternal grandmother what he had saw. She told him to say extras, you know, put extras onto it. So when the DCFS social worker went out and was telling her, you know, we're going to close the case. We don't see no wrongdoing on the father's behalf. We really can't get in contact with the mother, but the kids is in the father's you know, custody. So, you know, we're going to close the case. And she was like, come here. And she called his name. She was like, tell the worker what you seen your father do to your mother. So he said that I hit her. He had said that I beat her up and so on and so. Yeah. Word is bond. Word is bond. Even though that when they hired their DCFS investigators to come out and question the kids and whatnot, the young man admitted, well, I never seen my father hit my mother. And they asked him, so why did you say it? He said, because my grandmother told me to say it. And the reason why the grandmother...
Oh, for real, bro?
Word is bond. Word is bond. And the reason why the grandmother had told him to say that, because long as the 2 kids, the children was with me, they was going to reduce her aid. They wasn't going to give her the AFDC, the government money. And then she was going to have to downsize from the apartment that she was in because all the children was on her lease. And being that DCFS was involved and DCFS is linked with AFDC, all that information was being exchanged through those agencies and whatnot. So they was going to downsize her apartment. They was going to reduce the payments that she was, you know, that her and the children mother was getting and whatnot. So she wanted the kids to be in her possession. So she concocted this fib. You know, the young man told him on the severity of what he was doing. They came and they got and they took the kids from me.
Right.
So that's how I got.
All right, brother. Before you go any further, because I was gonna speak on this too, because I know you had a movie that was done about your life, and I have a lady in my chat, beautiful lady I've been knowing for a while, named Honey Lot, and she said she's the one that helped you do this movie. Do you remember Honey Lot?
Honey Lot.
This might not be her name, but that's the name I know her on YouTube. I don't know what her real name is, but
she said she had me do Imperial Dreams.
She said when he's done speaking, of course.
Oh,
she said,
Honey, yeah.
Yeah,
that's Auntie
she's in my
Honey,
chat room, bro. Because when she first came, she was like, Chris, how you find my nephew? I thought she was just joking, but when we started, she said, hey, nephew.
Honey,
She said, hey, nephew. I said, wait a minute, is this your nephew for real? And that's what I just seen in the chat talking about the movie. So I was going to bring it up. I am going to bring it up, bro. But go ahead, man. Continue, man. Continue.
Hey, shout out to... Hey, hold on. Plane going over here.
Take your time, bro. Take your time, man. That's love right there, man. That's love.
Hey, that's super love. Hey,
yeah, me and Honey Lot never had an issue.
Deal?
Me and Honey Lot never had an issue. Never had an issue.
She's a great woman. She's a great woman. Word is bond.
Yes, she
Without
is.
a doubt.
Yes, she is.
Hey, like, so when children was taken, you know, I'm thinking, you know, they said, Mr. Jones, you're gonna have to do first and foremost, right? They didn't find any fault in me, but it's not like criminal court to where you have to prove something beyond a reasonable doubt. In DCFS, CPS, when you're dealing with them, all they have to know that it was a possibility, or that it was a rumor, or it was likely that it happened. They don't have to substantiate anything in order for them to come and take your children, right? So what they do when they take your kids, you know, that's a difficult situation. You know, it can be, you know, it can be frightful. It
Mm-hmm.
can be confusing. You're
Mm-hmm.
dealing with all these different emotions and whatnot, and then you coming from a place to where your kids is waking up to you, going to sleep to you, and then you wondering like, damn, like, excuse my language, you like,
Nah, go
damn,
ahead. Speak
is
your
my
mind,
kid,
bro. Speak your mind.
you know,
Speak
you
your
feel
mind.
you feeling like, damn, is my kids all right? I pray they've been treated right. Then you wondering how your kids feel because it's a difficult situation. And then when you start studying upon it, they saying that the anxiety that they feel and the stress that's associated with being taken from your parents, taken from your family members, and put in an environment with complete strangers, put in a home with complete strangers. They said it's likened to what certain kids experience, when they're in war-torn communities and whatnot. And they got to go to these
Mm-hmm.
refugee camps and they're separated from the parents. And then they also, kind of compare it to what the Hispanics are going through, being put in these concentration camps, and the kids is over here, and it creates PTSD for a lot of these kids, right? So you got a child who's coming from, most homes are structured. These children get disciplined, they get love, they get affection, and
Mm-hmm.
now you drop into a home to where you're not getting read bedtime stories, you're not being tucked in, you're not being told I love you, you're not waking up to a certain type of breakfast or a certain type of cereal. It's like a whole nother set of it's a whole nother way of living when you go, when you put these kids in the homes with these strangers and whatnot, you feel me? And that can be
Absolutely.
traumatizing. That can
Absolutely.
be traumatizing to a lot of kids, and a lot of kids, they're dealing with this distress, they're dealing with this trauma, right? So when you put them in a home with these strangers in DCF and CPSA, you can't discipline them, you can't holler at them, you can't do this and you can't do that. For a lot of these children, it's like the wild wild west, because when we're
Now go ahead. Go ahead. Go
oh,
ahead,
my
bro.
bad.
Go ahead. You good.
You
You good.
know,
You good.
when we stressed out and we depressed, what we look for is outlets, something that can alleviate that depression. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you got these kids that's in an unstructured environment and dealing with stress, they're dealing with anxiety and whatnot. They start acting out. But unfortunately, this is what CPS and DCFS want them to do, because when they begin to act out, they say, "Oh, look, he has a problem. That's ADHD right there. I'm a professional. I know that's ADHD, or that's this, or that's what is the other one? That's autism. This child has a problem. We need to get this child some help. We need to get this child medication." So then start to medicate our kids because they're being misunderstood. They're
Right.
being
Right. Right. Right.
misdiagnosed. They're being misunderstood, and then they're being mismedicated. This child don't have ADHD. It's just you just gave this child an incentive by telling them, "Oh, young man, you can do whatever you want to do. No one's going to yell at you. No one's going to give you discipline. You don't have to be structured." So most kids is going to do what? They're going to act out.
Right.
And then when they act out, they say, "Oh, this child has a problem." The oldest child in my situation, he had told his foster parents, "Oh, I see a monster called Killer Bloody Monster. He's just messing around, trying to scare everybody being a kid." They said, oh my God, he has a problem. Call a site. Call a site." They took him out of the home and they put him into a mental institution. And when he was in a mental institution, when I was reading the paperwork, they had administered Thorazine to him. This is a child, no older than 4 or 5 years old. Why the F is y'all giving him Thorazine? And why is y'all misunderstanding him? You can tell that, kids, create these, what do you call them?
Yeah,
Personalities or
imaginary
imaginary
friends, stuff
friends
like
or
that. Yeah, 'cause
whatnot.
we did it when we was little.
Right.
Yeah, we did it when we was little. Yeah.
So it's normal. So, but when it comes to our children who are not being protected, who are not being properly educated, who are not, when it comes to people that come from destitute communities, when you don't really have the resources to fight on their level, they're going to use everything that they can use against you to try to find a way to destroy you. And DCFS and CPS, they're not
Nope. Did I lose you?
the con. I'm with you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you froze for a minute. Go ahead.
The attention of DCFS is to the family's detriment, because they take the kids, they medicate the kids.
You froze up. You froze up again. You still there? Yeah, I can't hear you, bro. If you talking, I can't hear you. You froze up, and I can't hear you moving now, but I don't hear you. I tell you what, try to drop off and come back up. Wow, very very interesting story. But but it's like the more I touch on this subject, the more I hear this same thing. Even the father saying this now. That whole system is just corrupt and it needs to be revamped. And y'all know I said in one of my last streams, and I think that's when I was talking to Trish. I think that's sad that they have to. Well, not necessarily have to, but a lot of them just automatically say medication is the key to, I guess, cure this child or whatever they have, and I think that's sad because a lot of times, a lot of y'all agree with me, the medication don't fix nothing. A lot of times the medication make shit worse. Believe me, I know because that's a field I work with, people who's mentally challenged or intellectually challenged. Y'all can see how many medications that a lot of these people take in the field that I work in. It's amazing that any of them still probably have their sanity. Think about the ones who have schizophrenia or bipolarism and they're giving them this medication, but the medication only working temporary. It don't cure anything. It just only work temporarily because, again, later on down the road, they can have another outbreak. I done worked around there, the bipolars and the schizophrenias and if you listen to some of the stuff that these folks be saying to themselves, and they be looking like they actually talking to somebody, and the conversation they be having with themselves, it's almost a scary thing. It's a scary thing because they literally talk like there's somebody right there. All right, you back with me?
Yes, indeed, I'm back, big brother.
Okay, well, hold on. Yeah, I was talking to them for a minute, and I want you to tell me you agree with me on this because I was telling them, you speak about the medication thing, and it's funny you talk about that because I was just talking with somebody in one of my last streams about that with this medication. It's sad that we have to medicate children to, I guess, temporary cure what they got. It really don't cure them. It just give them a temporary cure to where they won't do this for a while, but when the medicine wears off, they go back to the same thing. And like I was telling I said, I work in this field where I deal with people who with intellectual disabilities. Mm-hmm. I said, have you ever worked with anybody who's schizophrenic, bipolar? I said, that's some scary stuff, especially when you hear the conversation they be having with themselves. You think they talking to you, but they seeing through you because they see something that we don't see, and the stuff that they be saying a lot of time, man. The stuff is scary. Right. The shit is scary, man. And that's why I say, you get a medication, it's only temporary. It doesn't cure them because they're going to have that forever. It's only temporary. And I believe that's the reason why a lot of them stop taking medication. They're like, this is not curing me. It's anything, a lot of times it's making me worse. It's making it worse. Go ahead, bro.
Without a doubt.
Man, this crazy, man. I'm glad we're having this conversation, man. Go ahead, brother.
When they give these children this medication, right, we all know that 70% of the kids is being misdiagnosed. Mm-hmm. This child is acting out because whatever you do, spare the rod, spoil the child. That's what the Bible says. Mm-hmm. So if you put a child in, did I go in? It don't matter.
Go ahead, bro. I'll probably have to get you to call in, man, because you still freezing up, and it's probably gonna drop you off in a minute. But we good right now. Go ahead, keep on talking, brother. Keep on.
It don't matter what social class you're in. If you put a kid, if you're raising a child and it has no structure, no discipline, when the child acts up, you're not reprimanding the child gonna feel like, man, shit, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Exactly.
Who's gonna call me out on it? Who's gonna challenge me? Who's gonna discipline me, right? And that's what it is in the Department of Children and Family Services, Child Protective Services. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, beat these kids, spank these kids, but what I am saying is teach them skills to problem solve, work through their adversities, you know what I mean? And teach them things about self-esteem, because if I love myself, I'm going to conduct my business and I'm going to conduct myself in a certain fashion because I have high self-esteem. I love myself.
Absolutely.
And then that I love myself, I have to be meticulous on the actions that I put out, because it can be a negative portrayal of who I am. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So we have to build up these children's minds. So when they get these kids and they start administering medication to these kids, number one, the first thing they doing is what you just said, creating a temporary escape. Mm-hmm. I don't have, and then number two, what it does, it creates a substance dependency in a lot of these kids. So number one,
Mm-hmm.
it teaches kids I don't have to deal with none of my problems. When I'm going through shit, I'm gonna pop a Vicodin or I'm gonna smoke some weed or I'm gonna self-medicate off of this, and I just deal with that shit another time. That becomes an addiction. That becomes a
Mm-hmm.
habit. You have no
Mm-hmm.
coping skills. So when you're going through trials and tribulations, the first thing that you want to do is pick up something that's going to give you something that's going to give you a temporary escape from what it is that you're really dealing with, because you don't have no
Mm-hmm.
coping skills. You don't know how to navigate through difficult situations. You don't have any conflict resolution skills. You feel what I'm saying? And then if you
Exactly.
look at it, a lot of these kids that are coming out of CPS, DCFS, they have substance dependency issues. They get high. They on a crystal methamphetamine. They don't know how to function without crystal methamphetamine. And by the time you say, you know what, it's a problem, the problem has festered for so long to where it's an addiction. You're having a dependency upon this. You can't get
Mm-hmm.
up and you can't function. You can't do nothing unless you're getting high. And the things
Absolutely.
that you
Right.
do go out and do in the real world is so that you can get money, so that you can get high. So this high is became your life, because ever since you was 5, 6, 7 years old, this system has been teaching you you don't have to cope with your problems. Here, you can get high. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
that's what a lot of our kids is dealing with, and that's something that we got to stop. We need alternative healing techniques to the trauma that these kids is going through. It don't always have to be psychotropic it don't always have to be these psychotropic drugs that they giving these kids, because the only thing that you're doing is creating an addict. You feel what I'm saying? You're
Yep.
not teaching
Yep.
you're not teaching these kids how to be independent in a thought. So you're not teaching these kids how to be leaders. You're not teaching these kids how to use conflict resolution, how to utilize common sense to navigate through situations. You teach them, well, if you can't cope with it, then here, get high. Here, get high. Here, get high. You feel what I'm saying? And it's
Mm-hmm.
like they know what's going on, like, cause like the long game, right? Cause I always try my best to think about the long game. They know if they create a substance dependency in these kids, that means that they are they're no usage to the movement. They're no usage. They can't be effective in resurrecting our communities. You understand what I'm saying? Because you
Mm-hmm.
can't think outside the box. And in order for us to change the conditions in which we live in, we have to have the ability to think outside the box. We've been thinking inside the box for the last 100-some years, and look where it got us. It isn't getting us anywhere. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's most definitely a system that was designed and created to mess over peoples in destitute communities, mostly peoples of color, minorities, Hispanics, and blacks.
So you say you've been fighting them for 8 years, dude. That's a long time. And hey,
January, I make 8 years. My bad. So about 7 years and some change, and this is the thing, and I know a lot of parents are going through what I'm about to talk about.
mm-hmm.
They had me coming way from San Bernardino County to Los Angeles County to do my visits. No problem. And my kids, I'm gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
When I was meeting, because there was some issues going on with Yeviante, it was some issues going on with the eldest boy, as well as my middle child as well, to where they was placed here, and this foster parent couldn't really handle them, so they was placed elsewhere. So the visits wasn't I hadn't started my visits with them, so I started visiting my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to visit my daughter, I'm going to visit my daughter at a church. Before I knew who our foster mother was, I go into the church, I sit down in my pew. It's a little Hispanic boy, he turns around, he smiles at me, I smile at him. He start playing, he's been a child. The African-American woman that sat on the side of him yanked him, like grabbed him, picked him, word is bond, grabbed him. She didn't slam him, but she picked him up a little bit and set him down forcefully in the seat. Here comes another woman walking down the aisle with my daughter. My daughter tried to come to me, and the woman's like, get your tail over here. Get over here. This is how she screamed. I'm like, what the? Wait, hold on. I want to say something, but I don't want to be, the typical black angry father, you know what I mean? Because, they report everything to the social worker. So, I bite my tongue. My daughter sees me. My daughter start crying. The woman sees that I'm the father. I hug my daughter. Me and my daughter start crying together. So we're meeting inside of a church. After the church is over, the woman grabs the baby and she immediately leaves. So we have no real bonding time. I can't talk to my daughter. I can't see how she's doing. I can't encourage her to stay strong. Everything is going to be okay. So that was a problem with me. I want to meet at a park. I want to meet somewhere where we can play, where we can joke around, where we can, be free. So I
Right.
tell this to my DCFS social worker when I went to see him. And a Nigerian brother, you feel what I'm saying? He tell me, I say, they got me meeting with my daughter, excuse me, at a church, and we can't do this and we can't do that. He said, brother, you need Jesus. Jesus is the way. It is good for you to meet inside of the church. So I'm like, no. I say, that's not my religious beliefs. I don't fault nobody on, what they believe and what they do, sir. But the only thing that I'm here to say is that I want to meet my daughter to where, we can play at the park. I can put her on a slide, put her in the swing, so on and so forth. He's like, but church is the best place. Jesus is this and Jesus is that. I say, listen, brother, I'm not here to be sold on Jesus and what you feel Jesus is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to have that discussion with you. You feel me? I'm here to talk about what I can do to be in a better position to get my kids. So he continued to try to force feed me this Jesus, theory, this Jesus concept. So I say, man, you saying Jesus and this, and that, another. And I told him some things that I know about the Bible that's a contradiction and I'm not here to talk about religion, but this is what me and the brother get in. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because when I start exchanging what I feel is my beliefs and what I know, I offended him. So when I offended him, I didn't know that this brother was a pastor or deacon in the church. Like, this is really his thing. His niche is really Christianity. So when I began to, disagree with his religion, I made an enemy out of this brother. You feel what I'm saying? One time I went to see my daughter, and my daughter had an indenture in her head. You feel what I'm saying? She was complaining about headaches. And I'm telling him, have you got my daughter examined? And she's walking with a limp. What's going on with my daughter? As a father, I have to make sure that my children is okay by any means necessary. So if I gotta email you every day, then I'm going to do that. Number one, to create a paper trail. You feel what I'm saying? And number two, because us as parents, we got to make sure that our kids is A-okay. And when you create these paper trails, he can't say, well, you never called me. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of them play them games. They see you calling. And then when you be like, oh, I tried to call for this, or I tried to do this, and I tried to do that, and you don't have an email to substantiate and back up what you're saying, then it's like what you're saying is fake. You feel what I'm saying? So anytime you call your social worker, make sure that you follow it up with an email. And I don't care if the social worker answered the phone. You send them an email and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. so on and so forth. I'm just, contacting you via email to say that I understood this, or I didn't understand this, or to make sure that you said that we're supposed to have unmonitored visits on the 12th, just to cover yourself in case anything go wrong.
Right.
You always got to create.
And that's why a lot of people in my audience, when we speak on this subject, a lot of them say that, make sure you document everything that you can, man, because they say they will put some janky stuff, talk about you didn't do this, you didn't do that, but you got the proof that you did do it. So I'm glad you're saying that, bro, because I heard, man, you don't know how many times I've touched on this story on my platform, and the stories that I hear about what y'all going through, mother and father. This is crazy, man. It's crazy, and it's sad. It's crazy sad, man. So go ahead, bro.
It's a multi-million-dollar industry, and they get money on a case-by-case basis. So it's not like certain government agencies to where you get $80 million for a year, or you get $30 million for this quarter, $10 million for this quarter. The amount of children that they go out and confiscate, the amount of children that they go and take from their home, they get funding for them. So it's kind of like giving them an incentive to say, hey, go out and take as many kids as you want, because we're going to pay you. We're going to give you this and we're going to give you that. And then these people are going out taking these children from these families that they don't need to take them from. And now you got 50, 60, 70 people on your caseload, and you can't be effective to these families because it's so many different people on one person's caseload. How could you give attention to this case or that case when you got so many different cases that you're trying to juggle, and you're trying to frantically, write reports to do this and do that, and so on and so forth, you feel me? So in essence to what I was saying, like, try your best not to offend your social worker. Sometimes you have to, and I had to learn this, you have to learn to swallow your pride, because the judge don't know you. The DCFS attorney don't know you. Their main contact or their main source of information of you, who you are, what you do and what you don't do, is the social worker. You understand what I'm saying? And it's going to be a lot of social workers who are not going to be in your favor, and they're going to pretty much let you know that. When you ask for certain family reunification services, they're either going to procrastinate, or they're not going to give them to you. They're going to play games. One time I went in there, and I was, getting my family reunification services in California. I don't know if it's the same way out there where you at. But when you're getting close to get your kids back, they'll give you assistance with getting housing, right? So when I went to my social worker, being that I complained to the top person in DCFS about his unwillingness to give me assistance and put me in a position to where I have a legitimate chance of getting my kids, being that I complained about the things that he wasn't doing and some of the things that he did, he had already developed a vendetta against me. So when I go to ask for the family unification services for housing, he was like, okay, I'm going to help you get into a drug program, a live-in drug program. I say, what? A live-in drug program? I say, brother, I'm not an addict. I didn't come to the attention of DCFS because I had a drug problem and nothing like that. He was like, what do you mean? You look like a drug addict right now. I'm like, I look like a drug, judging me. But I didn't look like a drug addict. None of that, right? So I'm like, man, I take a drug test right now, and I do whatever whatever I got to do to show you that I'm not a drug addict. If I'm a drug addict, that means there should be drugs in my system. So I go take a drug test. That day, I went. He gave me the referral. I went to the drug test. My drug test was cool. You feel me? But what he wrote up in the court reports, he said that I refused housing services. So now the court's looking at me like, Mr. Jones, how could you be working so hard to get your kids back, but your social worker said that you're not cooperating with them, and that you're refusing services and whatnot. I never refused no services, brother. But I'm not going to allow you to not assassinate my character, but I'm not going to let you damage my image in the eyes of the court.
You know what, bro? I believe you because, again, a lady who I had on the show a week or two ago, she said that they will do that. They'll come to see everything is in place. You did everything they asked you to do, and they would still go lie and make a bad report. The lady told me that one of the workers came to her house, saw her house was spick and span clean, and she even did stuff to the yard, to keep her house clean so there won't be no problems. Said this lady went back and wrote a full, complete negative report, and it was false. So by you saying that right there, you actually confirming it that they will write false reports to try to keep you in trouble, try to keep you down, bro. Wow, this is crazy.
Without a doubt.
And I like to hear this because you a father speaking, so yeah, man, it's just crazy, man. Hold up. Y'all do me a favor and get a thumbs up. Thanks for everybody coming out. I know my notification ain't going out. Some of y'all probably getting them late. So we're all in the building in the bushes. Please get a thumbs up for your boy. Maybe they help more people to hear this because a lot of people need to hear this, and that's why I keep touching on this subject. They always shatter my notification for some reason. So, but anyway, dope, bro. And we on the line with my man Bobby A. Jones, and he's telling his dealings with CPS. The man been fighting to get his children back for 8 years. 8 years. And we listening to his story right now. So, brother, again, thanks for reaching out to me, man. I'm more than happy to give you a voice to speak on this, bro. So go ahead, man. This is nuts. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. See, what people have to understand, and it's like the police, right? I was into community activism, right? And a lot of people in the community, they trust the police to create the solutions that's going to rid us of all the problematic situations, problematic relationships, all the problems that we face in our communities, right? But this is the thing. This is the truth of the matter. When you coming from a destitute community, the police don't give a fuck about you. You a check to them. So if they came into the community and they assisted us in getting a gang truce, all gangs is cool. They assisted us in getting adequate housing, gainful employment. You know what that do, right? That reduces the crime level. So if the crime level is reduced, then they have to demote and let go a lot of their employees. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody works to get a demotion. Everybody works to get a promotion. You
right, exactly.
And
facts.
And it's the same thing with the DCFS. They're not working in favor of the parent nor the child. They're working in favor of the organization, the agency, to keep them big bucks coming in. You feel what I'm saying? It's a major hustle for them. You feel me? And it's like you got situations to where kids were actually in danger. They were actually in toxic environment. They was actually in hazardous environments, but yet they was allowed to stay there until they met their demise. But then you got hard working parents that said, hey, I don't have anything to hide. When you come to my house, I let you in. You can look in any room that you want to. Check the kids. I have nothing to hide. You feel what I'm saying? But they take our children. And when they take our children, they send us through the ring of fire. Oh, you have to do this. Oh, well, we didn't really like that parenting class that you did, so we want you to go over here and do this.
Do another.
And then they
Yep.
start.
Yep. I'd heard it.
Look,
I'd heard it.
I did mine. I did parenting class 3 times, big brother. I did parenting class 3 times. I did individual counseling 3 times. Then I just re-enrolled in individual counseling because by the grace of God, all praise be to the Most High God. I just was granted liberalized visits again. So they just gave me unmonitored visits again after about 6.5 years. I got my unmonitored, probably a little bit more than that. Yeah, about 6.5 years. I got my unmonitored visits back. You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm making progress. Going on almost 8 years, I'm making progress to where I could potentially have my kids with me back in April. You know, once this individual counselor, you know, writes a pretty good report on me. If I don't get them back in April, then by August, my children will be back with me. So that's motivation for other parents to be like, you know, I've been fighting 3 years. I've been fighting 4 years. Why aren't they giving me my kids? A lot of people get discouraged and a lot of people give up. That's what they want you to do. They want you to get discouraged. They want you to give up. They want you to stop giving a fuck. Or they want you to go into the streets. They want you to start self-medicating so that your appearance can start degrading. And then they start judging you on your appearance. They're going to try to use every trick in the book to try to deter you from getting your kids back because it's a major business. And the younger they are, the harder it is to get them out of that system because the main thing is we want to adopt. We got a rich white family in Malibu that can't have kids, and they want to adopt this beautiful baby girl right here.
And it's funny you said that. And it's funny you said that right there because somebody said in my chat earlier, you know, in some cases they get damn near almost, if not $3,000 per child when they do this stuff, man. You know, so I think for a lot of them, it is a money grab, and I think it's almost like they're being trafficked. You know,
it's legal children harvesting. It's legal children trafficking. That's what it is.
And the reason they get away with it, tell me you agree with me or not, or you can tell me yourself. And the reason they get away with it because it's hard. That's hard to prove that they actually doing it, right? You got to have concrete evidence that they doing it, right?
We got concrete evidence,
but they you do.
A lot of us have concrete evidence. They didn't fall no fault in you. My situation, they went and they asked their eldest boy. So, and all this is documentation, their documentation. They asked the children mother, have your children father ever hit you? No, he ain't ever hit on me. He ain't that, you know, he's not that type of individual. They asked the eldest boy, did you see your father hit your mother? No, I didn't see him hit her, but my grandmother told me to say this and say this and say that, so on and so forth. They was talking about I smoke cigarettes. Brother, I've never smoked cigarettes a day in my life. So when I say that we got the evidence, we got parents, mothers and fathers who wasn't who like that it was no fault found in them, but yet you still took their kids. Another form of evidence is a woman just sued the Department of Children and Family Department of Children and Family Services because they illegally took her child. They awarded her, I think it was like $12 million, but her son is still in the custody of DCFS. Like, these people know what's going on. The reason why individual parents is ineffective because it's a collective fight. Michael Jordan can be the best basketball player in the world. A lot of people say that he is, right? But he can't go up a whole team by himself. That's a system. You feel what I'm saying? So it takes a system to be a system. So whether it's us coming together, starting our own nonprofit organization, raising monies, gathering resources, now we can rival that system now because we have equal or greater resources. You feel what I'm saying? The reason why they do it the way as they do is because they have resources. They have an unlimited supply of money. They're working for the United States government. So when you don't have no money, you don't have no voice, you don't have no platform, you don't have no unity, you don't have no support system, you're somebody that's looking to get bent over and, rent up the backside. You feel me?
No grease, like they say. No grease, like they say.
With no grease.
Thanks for everybody coming through. Like I said, it look like the notification is coming out slow, but it look like y'all slowly coming in. What up, Daniel? You in the building? Monique, you in the building? Monique, when I get through with him, I will bring you right up, right after him. I got somebody hit me up on Facebook. They said they want to talk to you, so I'm going to send them a message back. But I appreciate y'all coming through. And if you got a community wall or something you can put a video on, let people come hear this, because I think people need to hear this, because y'all been talking about this a lot, and this stuff is real. It's real, man. This human trafficking, y'all see I'm touching on it. I'm touching on it real heavy because I'm learning the more I do the stories on trafficking, the more I talk to people with this stuff, man, this shit is real. It's nothing to be played with. It's real, so it's crazy. And just like Daniel said, they think this will happen with the Cal City boys when they got in the foster system, all this stuff, under the table stuff, which I kind of think there too is a whole lot of under the table stuff going on with them boys, man. So this is crazy, dude. And again, Bobby, thank you for reaching out to me and sharing this, man, because we need to hear this. Go ahead, brother.
Without a doubt.
We didn't go ahead, brother.
And it's like a lot of children, right, that goes into the custody of DCFS, right? Like I had a situation, right? When I go to my kids, we play music, we laugh. One of my sons wanted to be a musician. So I take my iPad, I let it create his own beats, right? So the social worker was like, little so on and so forth isn't allowed to, use cellular devices. I'm like, why? What happened? Because he likes to watch pornographic material. What? Wait, hold on. You telling me my 5-6-year-old son likes to go on the internet and watch pornographic material? And he can't use my iPad because he goes on the internet, watches pornographic material. He was never exposed to any type of shit like that when he was in my custody. So instead of you trying to criticize him, act like he has a problem, have you asked him where did he pick up that habit from?
Facts.
Did you ask
Facts.
him? Did you ask him how he was introduced to that? No, they didn't ask him how he was introduced to that, because then now you got to shine light on the sexual molestation and the rape and all this shit that goes on in DCFS that they try to sweep up under the carpet. But they wonder why these little girls, is provocative and they're just out there and they're doing this and they're doing that because they was touched. They was fondled. They wonder why these little boys is effeminated and they're intimidated and they're afraid to be men because it's his manhood was taken from him. He feel broken. He feel less of a man. He has no self-confidence.
Let me ask you this.
So,
let me ask you this, brother. Let me ask you this, brother. Because you mentioned this a couple of times about the grandmother trying to coerce the boy and saying bad things about you. So once they found out that was a lie, what happened? Did they get her for lying, or what happened with them when they found out she was lying?
She never got the children, right? But they never openly admitted, even though I told my social worker, hey, look, this is our ace in the hole, bro. Let that be known. Tell it, Mr. Jones, and because you got to understand, it's like the public defenders in criminal court. They're all getting paid by the same agency. They're all on the same team. So when you go up against these people and you fighting these people, you have to retain your own private counsel. You have to get your own attorney. But make a long story short, by the time all that manifested, by the time all that came up, I was already intimidated. I was already coerced into taking the deal. I didn't go to trial because I was afraid. They intimidate you. Well, Mr. Jones, you can lose your kids and this. But I say, but what is this? Can you consider this? Can you try this? And well, this judge don't believe certain things because he believed that maybe the child was talking to afterwards and somebody told him to say this. I'm saying, but he was never in my custody. I never talked to the child since these allegations was brought up against me. But this judge is this, and then they basically intimidated me and coerced me into taking the deal. And the deal was that I do individual counseling. And that I do individual counseling and parenting classes. You feel what I'm saying? But had I not accepted that deal, I could have went to trial. You feel me? And I could have presented my evidence. Then I could have called witnesses that was in the vicinity of what was going on. You feel what I'm saying? The people that actually seen it and know that I didn't put my hands on her. Did I take the phone and break it? Yes, I did. One of her male friends that had came up and attempted to get in our business. He and I kind of got into it. But as far as me, striking her or striking my kids, man, that was some other bullshit, man.
So let me ask you this, if you got an answer to it, why did you think the grandmother was so against you that to the point that she tried to coach the children around you?
The check.
Wow.
That's what I was saying in the beginning. You feel what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, if you're not working, you don't have no source of income, these kids become your income. And even family members, that don't really care about these kids and step in and say, you know what, I get them kids. That's $1,200 each kid. Because they're getting awarded to be supervisors, to be wardens, not parents, not legitimate guardians. A lot of people is in this shit for the money. And what it does, it robs the kid. Where's the nourishment? Where's the love? Where's the guidance? You feel me? Where's the teachings? Like, kids need this. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's like even that within itself, man, that's man, it's a fucked up flawed system, brother.
Okay. Hold on, Bob. My man Jerry up here, he said he want to say something to you about his kid because you mentioned something about drugs earlier, and he said his kids were drug dealers, so I'm letting him come talk to you for a minute, man.
All right, for sure.
What's going on, Jerry? Can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
I'm all right.
How you doing? Good evening.
I'm all
Yo, how
right.
you
Can you
doing?
hear us? Can you hear us? Okay, Jerry, just call my phone. Every time you pop up, man, you freeze up real bad, man. So I tell you what, call my phone and I'll let you ask him whatever you want to ask him. Just call my phone. You still got my number. If not, I'll send it to the messenger for you. Cause you freeze,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, you freezing up real bad. So I see my number again, man. You just call him on the phone. Uh, okay, let me see if let me give him the number so he can call in. Okay.
All right, all right.
Sorry about that, brother.
No, it's all good. We building family. We gotta resurrect our communities, man. We gotta get our people straight.
All right. Well, in the meantime, brother, yeah, keep on talking, man, because this is
Yeah, they never really want to explore the issues beneath the surface
hold
because
on, hold on.
in
I think
order
this
to
him. I think this him, man. I think this him. Hold on. Miss Jerry.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
All right, what's going on, man? Okay, that's better, man. I don't know. Every time you get on that thing with me, man, you know, it just act crazy with you, man. But go ahead. What you want to tell Mr. Bobby? What you want to say to him? He listening now. Go ahead.
Well, I want to know, is he in Illinois?
Is he did what?
Does he live in Illinois?
He said. Did you hear him? He said, "Do you live in
no
Illinois?"
sir, no sir, my case is out of Los Angeles, California.
He says cases in Los Angeles, California.
Okay. I want him to know that governors in each state, while they're not being sued for, they have the power to subpoena records and punish and penalize.
Hold on, Jerry. Hold on. Let me see if I can do something better. Hold that thought. Hold on, man.
All right.
Let me see if I try something better. Hold on. Say something, Jerry.
Yeah.
Hold on, why this thing ain't picking you up? Hold on.
Hello?
Hold on, man. Hold on. This thing's supposed to pick you up. I don't know why it's not picking you up. Hold on. Oh shit, no wonder. Now try to say something now, Jerry. Miss Jerry?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead, see. Let me see if I got you now. Try to say something.
Hello?
Go ahead, I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was trying to find out why no governors of these states that people live in and these stuff that's going on is not being sued for what they're allowing these detailed such officials to do to children and families.
Repeat that again, why to go? Hold on, Bob. I'm gonna put you on mute real quick, man, so I can hear him. Hold on. Yeah, I can still hear him. Hold on, man. Hold on, because I'm having a hard time to hear you. Hold on. Yeah, put yourself on mute, Bobby, so I can see what he's trying to say. All right, go ahead. All right, Jerry, now I'm with you now. You said why the what now?
Well, I know governors of the states that y'all live in is not being sued and being held accountable for allowing these detailed special officials to do all this to children and families.
All right, Bobby, he said, why you think the government's not suing them for and allowing them to do this what they doing? If you hear me, go ahead.
It's a multi-million-dollar organization. It's a multi-million-dollar agency, right? And as you know, the government is very slow. They procrastinate. They drag their feet when it comes time to holding themselves accountable, especially when it's something that's lucrative. It's a lucrative business. So we haven't got to that point to where they feel like they made enough money or they destroyed enough lives, so therefore they're going to bring some form of reform to it. We already know what they did with minorities with the prison industrial complex that's been exposed. It's a big light on it. It's a lot of documentaries about it. It's a lot of tension on it. You feel what I'm saying? But with this, it's still something that hasn't risen to national attention, so they can still get away with it. But when people become more conscious, people become more aware because of platforms like this, and parents is diligently fighting, that's not giving up. You feel what I'm saying? When the awareness increases, that's when they're going to say, well, we're starting this bill to do this, and we're going to try to do this,
Yeah, now they
and we're
want to
going
do
to step
something.
up, and we're going to do this. We're going to be proactive. But right now, they can continue. It's like racism. You know, when racism started going international and people start finding out how they was treating African Americans, then it's like, no. We're going to change. We're going to give them this, and we're going to give them that. We're going to give them that, so that they don't look like the Cobra, so they don't look like they got a hand in it, but they all got a hand in it because it's the United States government.
All right. Jerry, you say you want to speak to him about, you say they drugged your kids, or you say you want to share your story with him about that? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, from day one, and they took my children in, and I have no proper cause, no reason to take them, first and foremost. But they put my children in a situation where they couldn't defend themselves. And they knew that my children was being restrained and put on these psychotic drugs. And they didn't care. And one of my sons just recently died because of all that stuff in his dick.
My condolences.
The Zithromax, the Ritalin, the Risperdal, Seroquel, all these psychotic drugs. And it destroys the liver. It causes heart attack. Not just the mind, messing the mind up. They're wrong for doing this. I mean, you would think the Attorney General's office would do something about this, and they're not doing nothing.
You right, because we spoke on it. That's one of the first things he spoke on when we came on live with me, about these drugs. We spoke on this. So, Bob, you got anything you want to say to him about that, man? Because he been on my show once too, and he told me about that the medication they gave him messed his son up. One of the children so bad that they passed away from it. That's what he was telling me.
First, I want.
Oh, you froze up.
Yeah.
First, you can hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
My apologies. Somebody just tried to call me. But first and foremost, brother, I want to express my heartfelt condolences and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, when they start administering this medication to these kids, it start having effects upon the body, because my oldest child, when he started taking the medication, his eyes start going like this. And he'll go like that.
And I've seen children do that before.
And then another side effect of the medication is it make you lethargic. It make you like, some of the medication make you really, really tired, right? So one time he didn't get up in time to go use the restroom, and he urinated the bed, right? He peed on himself. So the foster parents whose home he was in then said, oh, he has a problem peeing on himself. He doesn't like to use the bathroom. They put a pamper on him. They took him down to the DCFS office and said, yeah, he continues to pee himself. We don't know what's going on with him. He just wets himself and he just lay in it, which was a lie.
So, Bobby, what you saying is, with a lot of these cases, including yours, and I believe Mr. Jerry too, that they try to get you on the first thing that they can, say, oh, okay, that's it. This is what we're going to do. So they try to get you on the first thing that happens. So, example, like you just said, he wet himself, so they automatically say, okay, then he don't know how to use the restroom, so they put him in Pampers and did all this other stuff. So they pick on the first damn thing and just make people's life miserable.
Right. And it's like what I was telling you, right? When I seen a woman, screaming, my daughter, get over here, and so on and so forth and whatnot, I knew that I couldn't respond the way that a parent who's in possession, who has custody of their child, should, because then I become the angry black man. So now they rewrite a report on me. Oh, he's angry. He lacks understanding skills. He doesn't have the ability to communicate, and this, that. Like they pencil whippers. The thing is, we already noticed the pen is mightier than the sword. So long as we create this documentation and say that you did this, you did that, you did that, if it ever comes in question, they have the documentation to substantiate what their false claims is. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's really sad, because again, talking to Trish, and I hope she listening, because I sent her this show. She said the same thing, that a lot of you fathers, you men who try to fight for your children, y'all get railroaded left and right, up and down, north, south, left, north, south, east, to west. Y'all get railroaded. Jerry, I want you to understand, this man said he's been fighting trying to get his children back for almost 8 years. 8 years. 8 years. And you said your case started back in the 90s, didn't it?
Excuse me.
You said your case started back in the 90s, right?
Yeah, 93.
93, yeah. And Mr. Jerry showed me.
They never back home.
He said they never came back home. When I had Mr. Jerry on the show, man, that man showed me all kind of documentation. So he provided documentations and whatnot of everything that was going on. Okay, Mr. Jerry, What else you want to speak to him about? Because I got somebody else who want to come up too. So what else you want to speak to him about?
I want to know how do we hold the news media trying to covering up these kids? They know what DCFS is doing, and they can help us be able to sue the state for all this wrongdoing, all this fraud and corruption. That's about it.
Okay, cool. Miss Jerry, man, thanks for calling in, bro. And
Thank you.
yeah, me and you will catch up, bro. We'll catch up.
All right, God bless.
All right, no problem. You too, man.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. Bobby and Mr. Jones. That's what I was saying to you, bro. With him, it's pretty much the same thing. He started way back in '93. He said, and he was showing me documentation that one of his kids, they put them on psych medicines and this and that, and to the point that it was messing them up. You know, I think he said one of them ended up in the hospital, had to get all kinds of treatments, and you know, it's really crazy. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, how he said his story came out, he said he was going to get him off the bus one day and they wasn't there. Ain't want nobody tell him what happened. You know, the reason why they was off the bus, that all of a sudden police came and raided his house. If I'm not mistaken, that's the story he told me. You know, I'm going to bring it back so he can express their story some more. You know, and I was like, you know, so they did all this without telling you nothing. And according to my knowledge, what he telling me, no, they did all this without telling him anything. He had to do all this fighting like you doing to find out piece by piece. They feeding him little by little about this, that. And you know, he's still confused, you know, as to what's going on, because they still not home now. So he said, but I asked him, you know, if he can get one of his kids come and speak, they'll be lovely. Because he said some of them, like, you know, it was hell going through that system, man, you know, because they getting treated unfairly. And it's crazy, man. So that's why, again, man, you know, thank you for speaking on this. This is why I'm speaking on this topic. Because there's a lot of people who have dealt with social services and they getting railroaded. But y'all men getting it the hardest, man. Y'all getting it the hardest.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I had consulted a litigation attorney, and she's very, very established in her line of work. But she said, Mr. Jones, I will not be able to assist you until you get your kids back, right? Mm-hmm. But she said, when you go in there, you know, tell the judge this, ask the judge how many units was set aside to have his case heard. And she said, if he's in opposition to what I just told you to ask him, then, you know, they're pretty much they're gonna F you over, Mr. Jones. So, you know, just get ready for the ride. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And everything that she said was true. I went in there, I said what she told me to say, and you should have seen how beat red the judge became. We don't do units in this case, and we don't do this, and whoop, and we don't go off of whoop, and so on and so forth. Like, you feel me? So I knew that I had my work cut out for me. And one thing that I want to do is make it seem I'm just perfect, right? Mm-hmm. So in 2015, I was supposed to get my kids back, right? But an old case from 2010 had resurfaced. They prosecuted the case.
Dang.
Yeah.
They say they'll do that. My girl, Miss Classes, she said they would do that. They'll try to go back as far as they can and try to put something on you, man, and make this thing more difficult.
This was something that was not necessarily my doings, but a family member's doing.
Okay.
And the district attorney, district attorney, just wanted me to link the pieces of the puzzle that tied my family to an incident. Mm-hmm. I didn't do that, right? I didn't snitch. So I had to suffer the consequences of my actions, which was not snitching on my beloved loved one, right? So when I went to jail, I did probably about 2 months in jail before I took a deal to get out of jail so that I can be at court as a free man. My social worker got wind that I was in jail, and he wrote a bad report, right? So when we went to court, the month after my release, right, or 2 weeks after my release, they was like, Your Honor, the father has just gotten out of jail for this, that, another. We don't think it'd be a wise decision to place the children with the kids any further because the DCFS social worker has said this and said that, and we are ultimately trying to get the kids to transition out of the custody of DCFS, and I had to come back. The father's on 5 years probation. If the father reoffends or if the father violates, then the kids come back into our custody, and we're not comfortable with that. You feel what I'm saying? So being that I, had that hanging over my head, the social worker, he used that shit to the best of his advantage, to the best of his abilities to pencil with me, to fuck me over, because now I'm perceived in the eyes of the court to be a criminal. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This dude had took a vacation to Africa. He's in Africa, right? And a court report, manifests. And it's like, this brother being in Africa from this amount of time to this amount of time, who wrote that report and forged his signature? How is this man on vacation, but yet he's still writing a court report? It's so many different things, man, that has transpired in my case. But before I get off of this, man, I just want to tell all the parents, man, don't give up. It's gonna be times to where you go into depression, man, and I go through it too. Especially when you start seeing changes in your children's behavior, when you start seeing changes in their temperament. You feel what I'm saying? And you wondering why, but they can't tell you because they're being abused at this household. And my son just opened up and told me something and to have me furious. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But don't allow your depression to sidetrack you to engage in negative behavior. You feel what I'm saying? Don't let your depression, deter you and keep you from doing what you have to do for the kids. Because at the end of the day, those kids need you. You got to stay positive, and you got to know as long as you're staying positive and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to get your kids back. Whatever city you in, whatever county you in, try to start some type of support group so that when you go to court, you can have support. Because when we go to court and we don't have money and we don't have support, they look at us as victims. Somebody they can easily railroad and mess over. You feel me? I love y'all. Stay up. God bless you.
Whoa. Are you still there? You froze up. You still there? You still there, bro? Okay, look like we lost him. Because I wanted to ask him. He's an executive producer of a film that the film was revolved around his life. I got it pulled up right here. And it's a movie that's on Netflix. It's called Imperial Dreaming. And hold on, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can put it up for y'all and let y'all see it. Hold on. Y'all see right here, Imperial Dreaming with Bobby A. Jones. And you see right here, it's saying it was a good film. And it's on Netflix. Starring John Boyega, if I said it right. And the guy who starred in this movie, he's a winner of a 2014 Audience Award for the Sundance Film Festival. It says Imperial Dreams follow the story of Bambi John Boyega, an ex-felon trying to get back on his feet to make a better life for him and his son. It has some deep metaphorical imagery, which I talked about on some tweets. Directed and co-written by Malik. And the presence they saying was like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, and South Central. With all three of them was my favorite movies. I love them movies. Right here it said the co-executive producer Bobby Yeye Jones did whose own life story and foundation for this film. And the main character John Boyega plays, Bambi, is actually based on Jones' personal story of overcoming society's challenges during the pre-production. Boyega shadowed Jones and was shown the ins and outs of living imperial courts and the surrounding area. All right, and that's the man I just got you talking to right there. So he had inspiration in that movie right there. So shout out to you, man. And again, I'm glad you came on and you wanted to share your story, and I say the same thing to you, my man. As a matter of fact, let me see if I get him to come back, because I'm really not through with him yet. Hold on, let's see if he'll come back. Where are you at, brother? Where you at, brother? So I asked him to come back up, see if he'll come back up, because I want to ask him about this film and what inspired him to do it. And I'm not gonna call you Lady La. Honey Lot, shout out to you that you was there to help him with this. How about that? So you got a heart of gold, my love. You got a heart of gold. Monique, are you ready? I gotta find your email again, Monique. Hold on. And Hala, if you want to come up and speak on a movie yourself, that'd be fine too. You want to come up and speak on a movie yourself? As a matter of fact, it would be an honor if you will, since you helped them. I would love you to come here and speak on a movie yourself. You said you helped them film it. I would love you to come up. If you got time, let me know you got time. Email me and I'll send you the link to come up here so we can talk about it. All right. Monique, you say you ready? Let me see if I can find your email again, dude. I ain't emailed you in a while because I already touched you on the phone. Let's see. Where's your email at, Monique? There you go. All right, Monique, I just sent you the link. Honey Lot, let me know if you got a few minutes to talk about the film. I would love to bring you up here, sweetie. Let you talk about it. And I hit him up. Honey Lot said drop the link. Okay, Honey Lot, I'm finna email you. I don't never drop it in the chat room. Fuck that shit. I'm email it to you to hers by Honey. If that's still your email, if you use it. And I just sent it to you. Now, if you still don't use that one, then here's my email right here. Right there. What up, Lady Queen? I hope you got that. That website I sent you, I used to use that for my banners, but now that I use Photoshop, I'm gonna try to see. I know I could do it with Photoshop to make it more graphical. Because I think that website I sent you is only so much you probably can do. I think you can only do your name. But I don't think you can add no pictures or nothing like that in the background, Or if you do fix something with that website, I guess you can try to send it to me and I can try to edit it and put some more stuff up in it to make it look graphical to help you out. But that's what I started doing. That website I gave you, that's what I started using to do my banners, But it's pretty cool too. Let me tell you something live over. Well, look who we have back. What's going on? What's going on? How you doing?
I'm all right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes to Honey Lot come up because I really want to hear about this story. Then I'm bring it back in. So, the last thing we left with you, my lady, is you was talking about that you got accused or they were saying there was some glass stuff up your child's.
Yeah,
but, that's what we let. Oh, shit. Hold on. I think that's her right there. Hold on. Let me see. That's her. Yeah, this is her. Hold on there. Stay right there. I'll be with you in a minute. Stay right there.
Okay.
All right. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Honey Lot? Okay. Well, I'm talking to you for
Yes.
You're going to have to mute the background because we're getting feedback.
I turned it off.
Okay, then. Well, a long time no hear, my friend. How you doing, dear?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
All right.
I got your notification right away, so I don't know why people aren't getting theirs.
A lot of people don't get
right
because even
away.
if I look at my analytics, a lot of times they say more people that's not subscribed watching than people that are subscribed, and I know why because the YouTube is fucking with the notification, So I don't know. That's why
true.
a lot of time I ask the people to share, but if y'all do, y'all do. Y'all don't, I do it on my own. So it is what it is, So it comes with the territory, I get there one day. But so you helped this man with that, and I thought you were playing it for when you came back and said it again. Y'all know each other, so what inspired y'all to do this, or man?
Okay, what happened is I actually was the key hairstylist on the movie. So it was John Boyega, Keke Palmer, Kalita Smith, a few of the actors and actresses in there, and I met him on set and we just bonded immediately. So we've been following one another since then, like Instagram, and Facebook, but he hits me up from time to time when he needs advice or something. But I thought he had his daughter by now. But you guys should definitely check out the movie because it's heartwarming and it's heavy, but we didn't make it real heavy. We just basically, it talked about him getting out of being incarcerated and getting his driver's license is what it was based on. But it does depict, like what he said, being taken care of by family members that were still in the hood, selling drugs, doing things, and he no longer wanted to live that life. And without just telling the story, you got to watch it. But that's hard. And in the projects in Los Angeles, the Nickerson Gardens is like one of the toughest projects in Los Angeles.
Oh, so now it makes sense why they say, they taking it from like the Menace to Society. They was in the hood, South Central. It sounded more like South Central because remember Bobby OG got out of
But his
jail.
story is completely different. See, Menace to the Hood and Society is a depiction of something. His is a real life story of his real life.
No, I get that. I get. I'm just saying though, if you really look at it, I'm seeing what they getting. They saying it's kind of like in that area because I say it's more like South Central. Because remember, Bobby O.G. Johnson, he got out of jail. We're trying to change his life and stuff he was going through to try to fight to get his son on the right path. I mean, different scenarios, but it's almost like one and the same. So
different but the same. Yeah, that's true. But you know what? You can never get enough of the stories when they're still happening. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
When it's still happening, we're not supposed to forget about it. And his is basically with DPSS being fucked up. Like he said, you can't win for losing. They lie. I have like 6 members in my family, supervisors in DPSS. So you got a handful of good ones and a gazillion bad ones. My uncle actually goes and pick the kids up, but he's only doing his job with the paperwork that he's given to go do. He's not. My sister goes to counsel and she fights for them to get the kids back. But it's just really hard. So this young man, to say he's been for 8 years. Yeah, I think we did the movie. 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, that's 8 years. I can't believe it's been 8 years since I did the movie.
Hey, look at the small word it is. You see me doing this show, you popped up right on time, and y'all know each other. So
I saw Bobby Yeah. Said it's only one yeah. What you talking about? Because I wouldn't have came in the chat. I might listen, but you said about yeah.
Yeah, you don't come in my chat too much, but I think you probably in the bushes a lot of time. But you don't never speak in my chat a lot, so that's why I like wow.
It's a lot of times I'm listening, I'm playing like I am today. I'm resting my head, not no YouTube drama, playing on the casino on my iPad, and I do listen to you. I listen. I do listen a lot.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, I'm glad you made it in a small world. Come find out you and this man know each other, so I'm glad y'all made it. And I was very.
But you guys check out that movie. Please
cause I got Netflix. I got Netflix. I'm see if I can find it when I
and this was the first movie that John Boyega did, and now he's big. He's on Star Wars.
Yeah, I got some heavy hitters. Keke Palmer, that's a heavy hitter. Yeah, I got some heavy hitters.
Keke Palmer, she was like 18 or 19. I have all their numbers, all their everything, and they're doing great. And they're people too. That's the thing. They're people too. Even though they're actors and actresses. But for him, it's like my heart goes out. That's why I want to make sure I'm happy. Right. You did say my name to him because, I love him. I have mad love for him. And I want him to win. And he going to win because they do screwed up stuff. They tell they write in your reports that you hit the kids. And they're, they're very abusive. There's sexual abuse going on in the home. All kind of things. I have a best friend who they're saying that 2 of the kids slept together and these are minors under 10 years old, and it's like, how could you say that? And then they slap them in a mental you have no control over, because she's the grandmother to the kids, and they slap them in the mental hospital. Give them the medication that just makes them lethargic so they can't think or anything, and they just do what they're told to do because our kids are our future. We have to stand behind your kids. So if someone in your family is going through that, I just beg and plead that another family member jump in, even though it's going to be hard. Yes, they may have behaviors, but it's going to be worse what happens to them if you don't save them.
Absolutely.
it will be
Absolutely.
even worse. So
Well, honey, lot,
thank
dear,
you for
thank you
having me
so
up.
much. Yeah, thank you so much, for sharing that with me. And that's a good thing I did. Like I said, I'm gonna go check it out when I get done with this and get relaxed. And cause y'all get some good credit for it. You get some good credit for what I just read. Y'all getting good credit
Oh,
for it. They say it's a good movie,
it's
so
great.
I go check it out, dear. But
I
thank you.
knew you were probably trying to look for me, but you gotta look on IMDb or look at the credits. My name Rose, and it is Honey Lot. That is my name, but it'll
Yeah,
say
he kind of
Key
had me. Yeah,
Hairstylist.
he kind of had me word for. He said, "Honey," I said, "Oh Lord, I don't know this woman real name." So
That's it.
I said, "I
That's
don't know this
I'm
woman
Honey
real
Lot
name." So
everywhere. Yeah, it's Honey Lot. That's the
no,
funny thing. I started off as that, and everybody used these fake names, and they probably think I have one, but that's my name.
okay, no, but
That's it.
I didn't look for you. But when he told me he was the one about this movie, I did look for him
Mhm.
because I know I'm interviewing him, so I want
Yeah.
to look for him, and there's his name right
Oh,
there. His name was
absolutely.
right there,
Oh, yes.
So I don't see no reason why you lie about that, So
No,
I
he's a
appreciate you.
dope guy.
Hey, y'all talking about doing another one? Is it gonna be another one?
No, it won't be a two, but I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to speak to him probably
Okay.
one day this week. Because, like I said, I thought he had his daughter by now. So that's why when you said you were interviewing what, I thought he was just doing you a favor and telling a story. I didn't even know he
No,
had
he
reached
reached
out
out
to
to me.
you.
He reached out to me, and like I say, I was delighted because I want more fathers come speak. I do. So you heard two fathers tonight come speak. I'm
Yes.
very humble for the father come speak because, like again, I hear with this dealing with this, they get railroaded. They get railroaded hard.
Yeah. And one of the young ladies in the chat was asking if he had an attorney. It's hard when you're barely just supporting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And a public defender is not going to do you any justice. You're better off doing it yourself, which
Mm-hmm.
is what he's done, and that's real. That's on
Okay.
everything.
Well,
So,
maybe one day I get both of y'all on the show at the same time, man. Hear both of y'all, y'all live life experience,
man,
be
that
doing
ain't
this
luck.
movie.
There's nothing but a phone call away. Quit playing.
Wait a minute, hold on, wait.
You quit playing.
Well,
You
I
can
don't know
call my
people's
phone.
schedules. I don't know people's schedules, so
Well,
hey,
this is true, but
I don't
that's
know
what you
people's
do.
schedules,
My
so
email's the same. That's my business email, so it's never gonna change.
okay then.
You have my business email. So yes, thank you for having me up,
Thank
and
you, dear. Thank you.
shout out to everybody in the chat and all you guys for listening to Bobby.
All right then. Thank you, love. Thank you so much.
Okay, love you, Chris.
Love you too,
Bye.
love. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Amen. 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 My co-host in the chat room. What up, DJ Smooth? We got to get you back on, bro. It's been a long time since you've been on here, man. Especially with these topics that I'm touching on, brother. A lot of you people need prayer. That's my man DJ Smooth, my co-host. And I'll be glad to when you get a chance to come back on the show, brother. But you know me, man. I've been holding it down, bro. I've been holding it down. All right, dear. But like I said with you, we left off with that. It was an accusation of glass going up your child butt. So let's pick it up from there and carry it on out
Like,
from there.
like I said, I asked the lady, like, did y'all do a rape case? No, ma'am. Did y'all take him to the doctor? No, ma'am. So, how y'all come up with these allegations if y'all don't got no
Same
proof?
thing what he said about with him. They try to say he did some stuff. Did y'all do all this? No, we didn't do this. Why? Why? Wow. Wow.
I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
From there, he was placed from different, you know, group homes to the fact that my son was in the hospital. They had him in mental, like he was some type of animal.
Mm-hmm.
Like they couldn't handle a 5 or 6 years old at that time. They
Mm-hmm.
put him in a hospital, and I went to go see him, and he was just in the room with nothing in there,
Mm.
like he was a animal.
Mm.
Like this baby right here, because that's what he was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can't handle him, so y'all put him in the hospital and medicate him and all. Like he that bad that y'all can't handle him.
Mm.
And I just felt so bad because I was in the system. They put me on medication, so I fell for my son.
Okay, let me ask you this now. What did they put you on medication for? What they say your diagnosis was? The reason they put you on there?
They said that I was aggressive.
Mm.
and I was emotional disturbed.
So pretty much it's within the same guidelines, probably bipolar, somewhere up in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how often you had to take these medicine? How long did they have you on it?
Well, they had me on there for a while until one time when I had to go to school, and I was so dizzy to the point that I couldn't even go to school. So when I tried to go to school, I had a counselor, and they were trying to take me to the hospital, and I fell on the ground and I hit the concrete, which made my eye black and blue.
Mm.
So from there, I just stopped taking the medicine because y'all not gonna have me feeling like this.
See, that's what I'm saying. And you heard me say that to him, you know, and I don't remember when exactly you came in, but I saw when you came in. Y'all, they giving y'all these medications. Well, let's just talk about medication, period. A lot of times medication, again, it does work, and whatever's going on, it will go away. But what about the symptoms that don't go away? You're only giving a temporary fix. Or what about the people who don't need the medication, period? You're just putting it on there for no reason. Look what happened to you. Medication don't fix everything. A lot of times it makes the shit worse. And you said your eye just started going crazy and you almost passed out, or you did pass out.
Yeah, I passed out 'cause I was dizzy. I couldn't stand up. Like somebody, I had to hold on to something. Like I fell. When I fell, I hit the concrete. Like my eye was black and blue. And from that day, I'm like, I'm not taking no more medicine. Like y'all drugging me up for, I don't know for what reason. Cause y'all say that I'm violent, or y'all feel like I'm bipolar. That's what y'all putting in y'all record and y'all sending it to y'all peoples.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but the only problem that I had was my mother had an abusive boyfriend. Yes, but he never did nothing to me. He never hurt me. And since that I act out off the fact that I want to be with my mom, y'all put me on medication. Instead of me trying to see why I'm acting like this or try to give me some type of counsel so I can talk to somebody. But rather y'all doing that, y'all just put me on medication.
Hold on, somebody need my hair real quick. Hold on. Okay, so what happened after you took this medication and that situation happened to you? Did they try to, because you know, sometimes when stuff like that happens, you would think they want to take you off of it, but they try to adjust it. So did they try to take you off, or they try to adjust it?
They tried to adjust it, and I was scared, and I pretend like I took it, but I didn't because I did not trust them.
Mm-hmm.
After the fact that I was dizzy and I couldn't stand up. So you tried to adjust it, but I'm still not taking it.
Mm. Now let me ask you this: for what they claim that you had was bad attitudes or bad moods, would you admit that you do have it? And
I have attitudes, yeah. Not is to the extent that I need to be medicated.
That's what I'm saying, because the reason I'm asking, because in a position like this for a man or woman to be in, I think we all would have fucked up attitudes. So do we all need medication?
No.
I mean, seriously, everybody will have an attitude about this because, you know, families are being fucked with for no reasons. And the
Now
more
I have family, but I don't trust them.
Mhm.
I trust my best friend that been here after the fact. She know me and her was in the same group home, so she know with my daughter. She know the situation about that.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't there for my son's situation, so she don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But she was there with my daughter, so she can't feel my pain, but she understand what it has done to me.
How you feel about that? Because I used to talk about it a lot about us trusting our family members, and I think they're saying that we can't trust our family members because the older be the main ones out to get you and to hurt you. So, if you can, you know, speak on that for me. How you feel that family members has come to that versus again in the 90s? You know, how do you feel about that? You know, and
I have a family member
Go ahead.
I have a family member that sexually abused me when I was 10. So everybody was against me. They say I was lying. And this is before my mom passed away or whatever. And my mom believed me because they did a rape case on me, and they told my mom that somebody was down there fumbling with me. And it wasn't like I agreed to it. No. So everybody was mad at me, and they said I was lying. So some people stopped talking to my mom. And then, like, when she got sick, well, when my case came about my daughter, like, people was talking, but none of y'all wanted to help me. And then I have an auntie, like, she hate me so bad that she would call the DCFS on me and lie.
I'm glad you said that right there. Let's pause for a minute, because by you just saying, I'm sure you agree with this, what I'm about to say. The people that do the most talking is the people that do the less helping. Or the people that do the most talking is the people that do less anything. Everybody got a suggestion. Everybody claim they got some kind of solution. Everybody got something to say about everybody. But you're not doing anything to
help me.
Now I can understand if you burnt your bridges with a lot of people, then that's understandable. Because when you burn your bridges with a lot of people, people don't want to fuck with you. But on that note, if you always
that's not even the case, because I don't mess with y'all for a simple fact. I know how y'all treated my mom. So I don't ask y'all for help. I ask my best friend, which I feel like she's my family. So that's the only person that I ask for help. And my auntie, she just do too much, and she make it like, oh, your mom had sister, but you don't care for real. So don't pretend like you care. I'm not gonna ask you for help and then turn around and you burn me, or you call DCFS on me now and then. Now I gotta fight another case. Like, don't nobody got time for that.
If you have a number, how many times would you say this person called DCFS on you?
Ooh.
Is it more than 5?
Yeah.
Okay, and the reason I'm asking is because if they keep making these calls, I'm assuming that every call came that they didn't find anything, right?
No, they didn't.
Okay, so you mean tell me this person keep calling defects on you? Or whoever's called in your side, in your neck of the woods?
Now, it was just a situation with one of my other cousins. Them following my youngest son. And it got back to her, and she basically told them, like, why you didn't call DCFS on her? Why? Because I asked somebody else for help, but you. So you telling them they should have called DCFS on me? That doesn't even make sense.
So when they made all these calls, which it looked like it sounded like it was false, they never came at them. They never bothered them. Because remember, the reason I'm asking, Trish said, I guess by the fear that she's doing, she could spot a false call, and she'd turn the tables on them and come to find out they the one got the most wickedest shit going on in their house. So this person kept calling stuff on you.
I'm from Illinois, so they like.
Oh, you down in Illinois? You an Illinois person? Oh yeah, I know they fucking y'all all over the place. They fucking y'all all over the place. Wow. And she keep making these calls, or keep making these calls.
Yeah, she was. She's not doing it now, but it was just a situation that I just had. And she just told one of my family members they should have called it on me. But they was like, we not going to call it on her. She not doing nothing to harm the kids. So why would we call it on her? The kids is safe. They not hungry. Ain't nothing wrong with them. I'm like, exactly. She want all my kids to be in the water state. So I don't have none of my kids so basically, I'm already emotional stressed. Okay? My 2 oldest kids are gone. I cannot get them back. That's it.
Damn.
They played on my downfall. They looked at me and seen all my situations. And my son, I gave up because I was fighting for 5 years. And every time it was time for me to go to court, it was some bull crap that they brought in the courtroom. And it was lies. And I didn't have no support at the time. So at the time, I wasn't talking to my best friend, so I couldn't like I didn't call nobody because I don't know, I was scared or whatever, and I just didn't have no support. I wasn't in nothing, like I was just by myself, so I didn't have nobody to like be on my side to like walk me like that, tell me don't give up, Monique. Like so.
Well, the thing about that is, I don't think we really need nobody to tell us that. I mean, there will be something inside us to tell us that. But however, it's always good to have somebody to give you that motivation, to help you say, don't give up. And I'm sorry that happened to you. You fight, your other kid just gone. There's nothing you can do about that. That's crazy. Just like somebody said in my chat room right now. And they absolutely right. A lot of people using CPS as a weapon. And that's so sad because they don't get anything happen to them for using it as a weapon. And it sounds like to me that every time this person got mad at you, that was her thing or his thing was to call CPS on you. Now let me ask you this: why do you think they're so spiteful against you?
Okay, my auntie was spiteful towards my mom. So we got took her from my mom, but we knew who she were. So it wasn't like we didn't know her. And she just didn't like my mom. And once my mom died, she poured her energy onto me. Because so, I look like my mom. Like I'm the most that look exactly like my mother. So she pushed all her
so
energy.
one of those situations that you look like somebody, you remind them of somebody they didn't like, so they're gonna transfer the energy to you. Like a lot of mothers, when they don't like the dad, they transfer their hatred from the dad to the child and treat them like that, and that's
on the
like
and I just
wow.
My thing is like I've been to so much, and my friend literally tell me that I need counseling, but I do, but I just I want to help somebody else that been through this or going through it right now, because I can't help myself because there's no I'm they gone, so I can't. And my oldest she's up there, so I just pray and hope that they ain't mad at me when they find me. I don't know what lies they're being told, but if they do ever find me, they might be mad because what people have told them. But I pray that it's not no. I just pray that I can actually explain to them what happened, because DCFS played on my downfall because I was in the system, I was on medication, and I didn't have no support, so they just wanted to play with me. And they knew I didn't know anything too much about the system, so they played on me.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. Miss Camilla, what's going on, bro? Long time. Hey, Rachel. I keep calling you Rachel, but your name is Rachel. I think my Santa Fe buddy in the building. 2 Virgos said, can I give you her number? And 2 Virgos, I said, you got to email me, dear. Not me email you. You got to email me. All right. Let me drop my email down there. Email me, my love. Email me. There, again, I do these shows. It's more likely me just give y'all a platform to voice what y'all been through. I'm not a counselor, although people say me letting y'all talk, that's like counseling. I mean, if that's the way a lot of people take it, then that's the way.
And then Illinois is fucked up. They fucked up. Like they took us with no proof. With no proof. Yeah, I understand my mama had a abusive boyfriend, but at the same time, the same person that was calling DCFS on me was calling on my mom. So Y'all didn't have no proof then, and y'all definitely did. I didn't go to if I like I said if I intentionally did something to my daughter. I didn't. Y'all didn't give me any proof.
How many homes was you bounced back and forth through when you was in the system?
Ooh, a lot. They had supply. They put me in the hospital as well, like my son, and they shot me up with all type of medication, needles to drug me.
Did they ever tell y'all the reason why y'all bouncing from home to home? For example, you at one home.
They
Um,
said because of the way that I act.
so it was pretty much the parents you were with saying they couldn't deal with you, or it was a CPS coming back and get you saying, okay, you got to go.
They saying that the parents that I was with that they couldn't handle me.
Mm. Did they give you any explanation as to what you were doing that had these bad behavior? What exactly was you doing? So they say.
They said that I was um one time they said that I broke a window, but I didn't do that. It was not me, it was somebody else. Just like when my son was placed with somebody, he was placed with a black woman, and I didn't hear anything for the whole weekend until that Monday. And the worker called me and was like, "Well, Miss Thomas, did you hear anything?" And I'm like, "No." They were like, "Well, he's been placed in the hospital." I'm like, "For what?" They're like, "Well, the foster mom said she can't handle him anymore because of his behavior. So y'all put him in the hospital because she can't handle a baby."
How
I'm
how old
not
was he? How
understanding.
old was he then?
He was like 5 or 6. Now he had an
Mm.
anger problem. Don't get me wrong. Like me and him the same sign. So both of us, his birthday in May and mine is in April. But he's still a kid. So you mean tell me you can't handle a 5-year-old that's almost gonna be 6? So y'all hospitalize him. Y'all put him in like he's an animal.
Uh, how many kids do you have in total?
4,
How many do you still have now?
2.
Boys or girls?
I have a boy and a girl.
How old are they?
My daughter, my son, he just turned 3
Okay.
Friday,
Well,
and
happy
then my
birthday to
daughter,
him. Happy birthday to him.
thanks. And then my daughter, she's 11 months. She'll be 1 years
Oh, that's the
old.
one we seen you in last time you was on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, I guess I'm asking, I'm trying to see what is your situation right now, I guess, as far as your living, and are you, keeping to yourself, trying to keep yourself straight? Because, so you stay to yourself, you get around a lot of people, that's when shit start getting crazy again.
Yeah,
So, what,
I like now, far as when I had my son, my 3-year-old, I've been really just after my two oldest one in situations, I just started really not want to be around a lot of people because I'm scared of what will happen.
mm-hmm.
And I have a best friend that she helps me out with him a lot because I just found out we just found out that he has a little artistic in him as well. So I really I can't allow a lot of people around me, and I refuse to let a lot of people around me. So I have a couple. That's it. Not a crowd like a lot of people know. Probably like 2 or 3,
Mm-hmm.
and not if that. But and we trying to get him the best care, and I'm explaining to her like I'm kind of scared because I been through too much, and she like I understand. She was like, but we not gonna we gonna explain to them what your concerns is and what we want him to have help with.
Um, family members, do you still speak to any of them?
No, I cut them all off.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, so are you staying by yourself now, or are you staying with a roommate?
I'm actually getting my own place. I'm just waiting on the place. So I'll be hopefully by the 10th of March, I should be in my own place.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck on that. Are you getting any assistance from the government? Are you getting assistance?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Well, good for now, but I don't want nobody to just totally depend on the government because they'll fuck
Right.
you over too. But good for now that you get some kind of assistance at least for the children or whatnot. So you're in the process of getting your own place. You're keeping away from a lot of people. Look like you getting in the right track right now. Again, I'm not a counselor, so I don't know which way to guide you really other than that. But now, however, though, I have another favorite lady in my chat room by the name of Antoinette Roundtree, and you heard about the story about the young lady by the name of Rika Roundtree. I did her story, and just like a lot of y'all, she saw that I did her story, and she reached out to me, and I've talked to her quite several times, and you in Illinois, as she is too. That's why I say y'all getting dicked around because according to her, for what she was telling me a lot of stuff she was going through, they was dicking her around hard. Even though her child was alive, she was trying to get her child some help to get out of the abusive situation, and got
Mhm.
dicked around, and her child is dead.
Wow.
And her child is dead. Antoinette, you want to come up and talk to her about your dealings with the DCFS too? Cause it sound like y'all. Well, I don't know. I don't want to sit there and keep score talking about who's the hardest, but it's hard. Period, or it's devastating. Period. That anybody going through this, So, man, and I hate the fact you say the mother two just gone like this. So there's nothing you can really do about that. So, speaking of which, you say they gone, but do you know where they are?
I know cause I'm like I said, I moved to Alabama with my son, so that's where he's at. My daughter, she's in Illinois somewhere, and I just did a fill out a paper with the adoption agency.
Mm-hmm.
So she's up. She's not a legal age yet, but she's an age that I can, if she wants to, contact with me. They're gonna start doing this search now. So I have a worker, and then she said that when she gets in the office, I fill out all the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
So the agency's gonna try to help to, if she wants to if she wants to have contact with me, then they're gonna help me to try to find her.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. She said she will come up and talk. Uh, 'Cause
And I just
both y'all's in Illinois, and her story just crazy too. Her story's crazy too. Let me see. Oh, you're not even on Facebook no more. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find you. Hold on. Look like you ain't even on Facebook no more. So,
who?
Antoinette, I try to find her on Facebook to send her a link, but she's not even on Facebook right now. I can't even message her. No wonder your ass been so quiet. No wonder I ain't been hearing nothing from you. Hold on, let's see. I think I did that right. Okay. Hi, Internet. Check your email. At Two Virgos, if you still listening. I hope I didn't block you. I just tried to remove your message, but I hope I didn't block you. I just removed your message. Oh, you under that name now. Okay, that's your ass. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. But I sent the link to your email. And when you get it, just come on up here. And Two Virgos, I did get it. And I will give you this information, Monique, when I get to the stream. Because Two Virgos said she want to talk to you. And I think she had a little situation where she was going on with her child with police being called and people just doing dirty shit to her. So, it's going all across the globe now, and like again, they use this CPS. They use it as a weapon, and they know that's the one thing that's gonna get a lot of people. But here's what I say: I don't even really think you just really hurt the adults like they think you do. Y'all really hurting them children. So it shows me right there. You don't think about the children. Whoa, 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 whoa. Who approved that? Did I do that? Hold on. Damn, did I approve that? Oh, I hope it don't show up. Okay. You got me on Bluetooth something, dude? Because I'm getting feedback from you. You got me on Bluetooth?
Huh?
You got me on Bluetooth something? Because I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing feedback. Okay.
Am I good?
Yeah, I hear you good. Loud and clear. What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, not too much. How are you? Your name is Monique.
Yes. Hey.
Where are you at right now? I know you guys were just kind of talking about that, but I was moving out the room I was in. Where are you located?
In Illinois,
What part?
Chicago.
Okay. I'm in Bloomington. I'm right down the street in Bloomington, but I know a few people in Chicago that are working along the same lines as I am. So definitely we can connect and see what I can do to try to help lighten your load and, work on getting your babies or something.
They older now, so my oldest is basically she 18,
Okay.
and then the other one he's still a minor. So but it was bullcrap how they took him.
Right. I just came in on the last part. I kind of heard you talking about like getting yourself together and separating isolation. That's not a bad thing. Sometimes you got to disappear and let the world have it, because everything that is going on out there is going to still be going on out there later. You know what I'm saying? The same stuff I was chasing when I was 15, 16 years old was still available, at 42. So stuff is, you gotta work on yourself and make sure your kids coming back into your life, especially as adults. They ain't got time for no drama, no crap at all.
I want them to be like somebody. I don't want them. I don't know. I be feeling now that I feel like I'm searching for my daughter at this point. So I'm kind of nervous. Like I don't know that they might have told her lies on me towards her. I'm just a lot of I'm kind of scared. So.
Well, one thing I can tell you from talking to the countless people that I've talked to is that when it comes to children dealing with people outside of their parents, especially if they don't know their parents, they have an idea of who they want their parents to be. Somebody could tell them that you are not shit, that you are a piss poor, that you out here bad. Somebody could tell them that, show them all type of video, whatever, but in their heart of all hearts, they gonna believe that they mama is a queen, a goddess sitting on the throne somewhere. You will be surprised at the ideas the kids have when they're not with us. So when you get back with your kids, that's your opportunity to be whoever you want to be for your kid, despite of what they could have heard, might have heard, whatever. The way the internet works and social media works, you're gonna be connected with your children. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when you do, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared to receive them in your full mind, body, and soul. And that may take being by yourself, because I know on the journey I took, it took a lot. I had so many angry days, so many tears, so many prayers, so many feeling like I want to give up, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep pressing forward and keep going. Because when you meet your kids again, they are gonna want to see you at your best, and you don't want to let yourself down. So don't even think about the kids. First off, think about everything you've been through. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how old you are, but if you got grown kids, you've been through enough to know that you probably don't want to deal with that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Don't let yourself down, and you will not let your kids down.
And so now you want to kind of tell her what you went through when I did your story, when you try to get DCF involved for your child and what they did to you.
Yeah, I went crazy trying to get my daughter back. I knew my daughter was being abused. I knew she was going through stuff. I had a DUI. I got raided, and I got out of jail, went to get my kids, and my daughter couldn't come. Her dad wouldn't let her. And that just started a whole bunch of a mess. And over that process, the abuse was going on or whatever. And I kind of lost my mind. I lost my whole entire mind. I'm not a drug addict. I like money. I like doing things, but I let my whole entire self go. I became a person that I didn't even know myself. I still have pictures. I wasn't even 100 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I have to look at them and humble myself sometimes because I don't want to go back to that. But I allow that to happen to myself. But it took me seeing my daughter beat up, looking a mess, to know that, you know what, I got to get myself together. I went to treatment, I went to jail, then I went to treatment. And then I got myself together after that, but it still wasn't enough to save my daughter. You know what I'm saying? There's many things that if I knew now what I knew then that I would have done, but I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying just pick yourself up, think affirmations, write some affirmations. Put the daily, I don't know if you spiritual, put the daily Bible on your phone to give you prayers twice a day. It'll ding on your phone and you're reminded to pray at least twice a day and read scripture at least twice a day. It's going to get to you if you read it every day. Then you'll be in the Bible, you'll be praying, and you'll be doing all kinds of other things. I'm saying, trust me at work, I just went through it. I just got out of prison a year ago.
Speaking of which, have
you
been
know
keeping yourself out of trouble?
Huh?
Have you been keeping yourself out of trouble?
Chris, I got married 1 week ago.
I know, I saw that. I like,
if I showed you how I'm living right now, oh my God, Chris, I have to humble myself. I can't. We'll talk privately, but
yeah,
I'm extremely blessed. But I surrounded myself. And another thing, I had to be transparent. I had to tell on myself, and I had to be honest with myself. And being honest with myself, I put myself around people that will hold me accountable. But I was comfortable enough and trusted these people and could be honest with these people to hold me accountable. So you got to be willing to do that much, and you'll be all right.
So you say accountability is part of the process too, right? Accountability.
Huh?
You say accountability is part of the process too, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you can only bullshit for so long and fake it till you make it for so long. You have to do something.
Hold on, the mama crying and the baby crying. What's really going on?
That's your baby too.
Hey, little one. Hey, little one. How you doing? She said, "Hey, oh, look at that. Hey." Got the baby crying, the mom crying. Now, y'all stop all these tears shedding shit now, because I don't want to be crying now. I'm a man. I ain't supposed to cry.
No, I get emotional sometimes. So.
But you know what? I understand, because this is a touchy subject, and that dude who I said on, the probably times that he want to cry. I know he probably have cried, you know, but you know what's me. We gotta try to be strong. You know, we try to hold our emotions back, but sometimes it does get the best of us where we wallow too. So you know,
Chris definitely cries.
Yeah, I do cry. Yes, I do, but I try not to.
We cry together.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love you, Chris. I'm telling you.
I love you too, dear. And,
a real person.
I saw your post.
Real hard news.
I saw your post. You said you got married. I said, "Holy shit, really? Holy shit!"
Yeah, I got married on Friday.
Well, amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. Well, dear, well, the best of luck to you with that.
I put my information in the chat. If Chris has your information, Chris, you can definitely share all of my information with her.
Next time I'm putting no numbers in there.
Any way I can help, I will.
Okay. I tell you what. Email me the information. Email me in the chat room. Email me your number stuff, and I pass it on to Monique and two Virgos as well. Maybe all y'all can talk, and man, hopefully, man, you know, y'all can make some things happen. You know, because I hate this for anybody, male or female. You know, and just sad that the men get railroaded and it's sister, but for you, Antoinette, it was a whole total different ball game, because the father wasn't even protecting the child. So yours is a total different story, you know. So
not to mention she was an abuser. They knew that she was an abuser. It was documented multiple times before that this is what she do. She beat up on little girls. So they knew that already. And to have her with them, what did you think was going to happen? And you guys keep giving her back. Every time we go to court, y'all giving her way. Y'all not even listening to me. Y'all giving her way. Of course it's gonna keep getting worse. She's getting away with the shit. You know, so it's made a fighter, and it's made somebody that's gonna make sure I try to empower as many people as I can, and just stay in the race, sweetie. Don't get out the race. That baby is precious.
Yeah, she is.
And it just, you gotta raise her up. You have to raise her
What's
up.
she looking at, Monique? What's she looking at? Is this something
It looks
on
like
ceiling?
Color Life.
It's still on TV.
Oh, okay, good. She
Aw.
like, she way up there. It's really got her attention. It's really got her attention. So, ladies, this is what I would do. Like I said, I would pass y'all information amongst each other and let y'all talk, consider it, especially y'all two, y'all both from Illinois, and y'all to deal with the DCFS, and you know, and I get 2 Virgos in with y'all as well, and everybody can talk, and you know, hopefully this will help counsel whoever that's up in there, you know, because my platform, I'll just give y'all a voice. I'm not a counselor, but you know, hey, but I know to some of y'all say it feel good just to hear y'all voice be heard, and I'm for one am more than happy to open my platform to any one of y'all who wants to speak on this, and it's crazy, and I'm gonna keep on touching on it as long as I'm breathing. My platform will be open for anybody who has dealt with the social services, can speak their story, as well as being a voice for children who does not have a voice. Amen. So,
Amen.
So what I'll do, ladies, I will switch our information among each other and let y'all take it from there. And any updates on anything, you know, hey, you want to come talk again? I'm more wake up on my platform and let y'all come back on.
All right.
Amazing. Thank you, Chris. I'm so
care.
happy I caught you live. I've been busy, but I'm so happy I caught
bet you have.
you live. And you got my new Facebook now, so I thought I added you.
I'd seen the name, but I thought it was a troll. I don't know if I accepted it or not, but send me a DM.
Most people didn't know who it was. They're like, "Who the hell is this?" Yeah, so that's it's me and my husband's shared page. We don't have individual pages anymore.
All right, well, make sure you send me a DM so I can make sure I lock you in. We'll take.
I got you. Okay, I got you. I'll talk to you later. Take care, Monique.
No way, you too.
All right, Monique. You know, thank you again, dear. I'm glad I was able to get you back on to share the rest of your story, dear, and just take in stride what everybody's saying to you. You know, at this point, you're gonna keep your head up there and do what's best for the remaining children that you have. And if it's safe for me to say, you know, try to make better decisions that you made the last time where, you know, all this stuff was going on. You know, and what you're doing right now is keep your inner circle short. Yeah, I had no problem with that. A lot of us need to do that. Keep our inner circle short. A lot of us need to do that. Trust me. Less stress, less mess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The less I talk to, the less my name can get called. Talk about I did anything. But you know, if you got some chaotic people, they still try to drag you up in it anyway.
Yeah, so, but I try to stay away. I'm trying to take care of my kids, and I got my support, which is my best friend. She helped me out with my 3-year-old. Well, she actually helped me out with both of my kids, but, you know, she helped me out with him the most. So I appreciate that. Okay. But other, like, family members and stuff like that, no, I don't want them in my... I don't know.
Well, I can't knock you for it because, again, like I said, family members be the main one that try to hurt you, and they main ones that are hurt you, and they the main ones that do the deepest shit to you, you know. So yeah, I don't blame you all. But girl, lady, go ahead, take care of that precious baby of yours, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you.
What's her name anyway?
Loyalty.
Bye bye. Oh, look at that. y'all take care, dude. Y'all take care.
All right, you too. Bye bye.
All right. Wow, you know, I feel good, but at the same time, it's still sad, you know. I say that I would like to have more fathers come out and speak, and I am very honored to have 2 fathers to come and speak. But again, I don't wish this on nobody. I don't want nobody going through this, amen. And it's crazy that this thing can just fuck you over like that. It is so crazy that this system can fuck you over like that. It's crazy. It's crazy, and that's why I say, you know, at this point, I'm glad I don't have any children, man, because I can't deal with that. You know, that's just too much to deal with, and especially if you got people who purposely try to destroy your life using CPS. They purposely trying to destroy your life. I just can't get down with that, man. Again, I don't care how much of a problem I got with anybody calling defects on people's children just to get back at you. That's stupid. I think that's a punk ass way to get somebody. All right, because you're doing it out of spite. All right. I don't think nobody can make you that mad that you want to put an innocent child through a system like that you know 9 times 10 that some of these people selling these children. All right. They sell them to these people who sex trafficking. They making money under the table to bounce them from family to family because they making money off of them. All right. So I don't get that, and I don't roll with that calling CPS on children, because again, you're not hurting them adults, you're really hurting them children. All right, you fucking the children life up. Amen. You fucking the children life up. Now you just a cold heartless motherfucker, then it won't bother you. All right, you just cold hearted like that. Yeah. So again, but wow. And to see her break it down like that in tears like that, you know, that's sad, man. Because I could just imagine, you know, I think I think a lot of us got there one person in the family that's spiteful like that. That's real spiteful like that. And just calling defense for every damn thing that you do. All right? I think we all got at least 1 or 2 people in our family that's like that. And the best thing you can do with them, I would say feed them with a long handled spoon, but I wouldn't say don't feed them, period. Fuck them. Get away from them. And that's the thing you need to do. If she getting away from them, then stay away from them, because trust me, you keep staying with them, you stay around them, keep trying to associate with them, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. But anyway, shout out to my man Bobby Yeye for reaching out to me to share a story. Yes, we do, cuzzo. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, cousin. We do. We have a from our family or whatnot, you know. And I don't give a damn family member now. I don't give a damn how mad I'm getting at you. I would never put defects in your business unless it's necessary. Now, if you're really fucking up the children and doing stupid shit to them, and here, yeah, you know, I call them then, you know, for the sake of the child life. But just to call them because you got into an argument, or you don't like me per se. You don't like me, so you want to call us CPS on me because you don't like me, knowing that you get that right CPS worker. If they don't like me, of course they're gonna fuck with my children. And you mean to tell me you could actually go to bed knowing that you did this fucked up shit to somebody's child? You can go to bed and sleep at night. You can get on the phone and brag to your friend, yeah, I got that bitch kids taken, or I got that nigga kids taken. You can actually do that after fucking somebody's life up like that, fuck with their children. I don't see how, if you can sleep like that after doing some shit like that, shit. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself and each other. And Monique, you have my contact information, email and number. You need to talk, or you want to come back on and talk about some other stuff, then you're more than welcome to do so, dear. Y'all take care of yourself and each other, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.